name's Glenn Watson, and I'm the club president. And today we're here for two reasons. The first reason is we're here to say thank you. The second reason we're here is to say well done. Now I'm going to start, we've got a few special guests in our room, and they're the people over here. I'll start with Millie Browse. Now, we've probably heard the term founding father. Well, our club actually has a founding mother, and her name is Millie Browse. And when I played soccer down here at about your age, Millie was the boss. And until fairly recently, Millie remained the boss. And what I've learned since I've become president is that Millie set a very, very, very high bar. Millie knew the name of every single player. Every morning when someone came down, they would greet her with a smiling face when Millie said, "Hi, how are you today?" We tried to keep that with our club, and we've tried to stay where we know everyone and we're a family club. So Millie, for your years of tireless effort, we say thank you. Another thank you, sitting beside Millie, is Aaron. Aaron's a past president, and what happened on your watch, Aaron, was our club managed to go from strength to strength. To our two club champions, we say thank you. Now this is where you're going to have to put your thinking caps on. On my page here I've got 4 more thank yous. There are 4 things that we need to run this club, and today is when we say thank you for them. So what I might do, I'll see if this one works. I want the little people to put our thinking caps on and have a think about something that you really, really need to be able to have a really good club or a place to play soccer. And when you think of one, put your hand up. I've got one over here. Miss Ava, I'd like you to tell me one thing that our club needs to be a really good place.
A soccer ball.
A soccer ball. I thought you might have been listening to your dad and said public liability insurance. Because I do sort of have soccer ball written here. Because there's 5 people who really, really like our club, and they buy all our soccer balls and they give them to us. Those people are Simon and Tracy from Spot Productions, Rob from Active Hire, David from Y Plant, he's a huge fan of ours, Rob from Click Village, and we've got a mate that runs a cafe around the corner called Chinzo's, and Vince is a huge supporter of us, of our club. Without those 5 people that we call sponsors, we wouldn't have any soccer balls. Well done, Ava. There's one. I did see another hand up over here. Let me see. What's your name? Big one? Declan. What do we need?
A coach.
Ah, Declan, you are very clever. I think you're committee material. I'm the president of the club. I actually don't do much work here. The work in this club is done tirelessly by volunteers. Many of them are coaches and managers. On behalf of our club, to all of our coaches and managers, we say, thank you. Let's keep going. Ooh. What's your name?
Henry.
What do we need, Henry?
We need to listen to the coaches.
Yes.
So we don't get in trouble.
Oh, we certainly do. What else do we need to have a really good club? Your name?
Braxton.
What do we need?
A team.
Ah, that is on my list. So we need players And we need parents who think this is a good place to bring your young person. Because on behalf of the committee, we thank you for your show of confidence in our club, for trusting us with your young person to be able to teach them about soccer and join a team. We certainly need players, and we need parents. For both of those things we say, let me see. I'll keep going. I did have 4, and we've hit most of them. What else do we need to run our club? Goals. Spot on. We are the luckiest club in the competition because we have a really good relationship with the school. The school has given us the auditorium. The school is a huge fan of ours. And Principal Brian and Manager Keith, they make sure that we've got goals and a field to play on. So certainly to the school, we could not be the club we are without their support. And for that we say, I'll stop there. I'll ask now for our under-9 coach Anthony and manager Simone to come up. And I would like all of our under-9 players also to come up, because it's time that we say, well done to you.
Good morning. It's been a big year for the under-9s. I enjoyed coaching these boys this year. A couple of things I'd like to mention with this team. Firstly, we spent the whole season working on the fundamentals of football, working on their ball skills, their passing, and most importantly, their teamwork. And as the year progressed, I think everyone in the team did improve, not just their ball skills, but their communication and their teamwork. So for me, a big round of applause. Great season, well done, boys. I would like to make a special mention to my manager, Simone Hartley. Without her tirelessly effort throughout the season, I wouldn't be able to do all the hard yards behind the scenes, but she did. So big thanks to Simone. Now, I'd like to come forward and to receive your trophy. Firstly, Darcy. Well done. Matt. Charlie, I don't think Charlie made this yet. I'll give that to Simone. Oliver. David. James. Lee. Patrick. And finally, Jordan. Well done, boys. Thank you for a great season.
Thank you very much. I'd like to call up Sean and Megan and their under 8s.
Good morning, everyone. So I'm actually Tanya, not Megan, but Sean and I made a deal this year that he would coach and I would be at games on Saturdays if he couldn't make it, and I'd make the speech. So these boys have had an amazing year this year. Half of the team has played together for 3 years. The other half played together last year, and then we combined those two teams, and they have just come along amazingly in those last few years. They have really come together as a team, they work together, they're really got each other's backs. It's amazing. They only lost, we think, 2 or 3 games for the whole season. I remember their first loss was about 10 weeks in, and they all walked off going, oh my God, what happened? You lost? What? But they have just played so well, and they should really be proud of their season. A few thank yous we really want to say. Thank Dimmy, who's been our star ref for our home games. Rob has also done a few of our European games for us, which has been amazing. Megan for her fruit roster and updates on our weekly games. And all of those parents who have come along each week to make sure the boys are there. You guys have been amazing. And obviously our super coach, Sean, couldn't have done it without him. Oh, and our team mascot, who most of us spend our week chasing around, Jax. Okay. Do you want to name this? So, Cooper.
Thank you, under 8s, and thank you, Sean. For those that don't know, Sean's a life member of our club. He's one of the young people, probably 30-something years ago, that Millie would have greeted at the canteen here as well. He's never left. He's a life of blood, and we certainly appreciate his effort over a long period of time. To say well done to our other under 8 team, Matthew and Alison, and your team.
Hi everyone. No managers here today. They decided to go camping for the weekend. This is, I think, universally, we're all new to the club, so the whole team, managers, some of the parents might have been here with older children, but we've just had a fantastic time. We all grew as a team together. We didn't know where to go to some venues, but we went to Olympic when we were at the wrong game for 20 minutes until we realised we were meant to be across the road. But we just had the most fantastic time. I'd just like to say thanks to all the parents. We got a really lovely group, a lovely team. Hopefully we get to do it all again next year. And also, thanks to the club, having never been part of the soccer club, I think we travelled to a few places I probably would happily not go to again. But it was always lovely coming here and Canberra. It's just a really lovely club. I have to say thanks to Jimmy Castle for refereeing us almost every time. And the castles in general, because they make up half of our team. Yeah, thanks everyone. We really had a good season. It would be unfair of me not to mention win, lose or draw. We had quite a few losses. We got a lot better. Win, lose or draw, the team would always do a conga line. That's conga with a U. We got great videos. Every game, no matter what, they just run along in the line, hold each other's hands, and go along and have a great amount of fun. So anyway, congratulations guys. Hopefully we'll do it all again next year. Patrick? Shape? Nicholas? Hugo. Second, Hugo. Ryder King. Cooper King. Jack. Charlize. Lucas. And Cooper Lane, but he's not here, so I'll take that off here. Thank you.
The lifeblood of our club, I think, is our Super Sixes and Super Sevens, and they have had a great season. To say well done to all of our Super Sixes and Super Sevens, and there's a lot of you. I'll ask you all to come up here now.
There we go. Just Riley, how good is that? All my little kids up here, it's fantastic. We give them all a massive round of applause. I think I've been here a very long time, and about 4 or 5 years ago we did the whole junior trophies, and we only half filled this auditorium. So the fact that today we're having to split the presentation in two, because we wouldn't have enough room. The fact that we have, at my last count, I had 54 in under 7s and under 6s this year, which is an extraordinary number for our club to help put us into the future. It's just a wonderful thing for our football club. So firstly, I wanted to thank all the little kids that are up here. So the way it worked for us, and we took a bit of a risk this year, we played in-house competitions. So with 50 kids, you have about 8 teams, which means you can play in-house competitions all year. So we played against each other. We allocated teams every week. So they weren't in a set team. You have to play with different people every week. And I think that really helped develop our kids. And they're all friends. They all know each other. They play against each other. They play on the same teams. And it's really fantastic. I think it's important to note we probably have 30 boys and 20 girls as well. And that would be a significant increase on our numbers last year. So when I did this last year, we had 12 kids, all of whom came back, plus another 42 this year. So the progression is wonderful. I'd also like to thank the parents. I did say this at the breakup, but what I really like is I have no annoying parents. You know, I appreciate someone having an interest in their child's football and their child's development. But what I really liked more was the ability of everybody to trust me in what the program was and what we were running. And that let me be the coach, run the program, get it all done, and save me having to deal with any other issues at that end. It was absolutely a pleasure, and I would happily have any parent and any child back anytime. To the kids, I couldn't thank them enough. You know, if we talk about discipline and training and all that, and Henry answered earlier, you know, it's really important to listen to the coach so you don't get in trouble. While I hope I instilled that, I'm more hopeful that they've learned what the right thing is to do without me having to tell them. And I think across the year, it has been undoubtedly the case that I didn't have to correct kids at all. You know, they respected the whistle, they understood. They played 3 games every week, so they probably played about 60 games of soccer. So when you do that, you lose lots of football games and you win lots of football games, and it teaches them how to lose and how to win. And more so, they're just a really lovely bunch of kids who get on really well and have been an absolute pleasure. So I'm very happy to hopefully have every single one of them back next year. And truth be told, we start training again in 2 weeks. Now, I don't know whether that's That's a bit over the top for under sevens, but I've been told it's a pretty good babysitting arrangement as well. So we've had a lot of good sponsors. I have had some help this year as well. You can't do 50 kids by yourself. Alan Hollyoak's here. I've got my two Shanes and Pablo, who's not here. I will have forgot other people as well. So can we give all my assistant coaches a big clap as well? To play 4 games at a time every week on 3 occasions each week, we need referees and assistants and coaches. We need gear, we need jerseys, and I must commend all the kids for the way they went about their season. Now, I don't necessarily remember being 7, but I reckon my daughter's asked me about 20 times this week where the trophy day was. I think these guys are going to really enjoy walking over there to get their trophies. So what we'll do, we might just pop in 2 lines, boys and girls. So there'll be a girls' line and a boys' line, if we can just jump there. So Lucia, you're in 1, and Jonathan, you can be at the start of the line. That's not Jonathan, that's not. Georgie, you stay, that's good. Not you, Georgie, you stay. Alright, and what you do is the girls and boys will walk over together and get your trophy from the people over there. So let's go. I'm not going to call their names in case they get one wrong, so just hold it. Just hold it, you go. If I got one man wrong, it would ruin the day for everybody, so. There we go, lucky from Dora. Yeah, we'll give them a big clap as we go. Now, probably the other part that we were really successful with was that we do have a few generations of players within our teams here, so we have lots of brothers and sisters and little kids. So if there's any little kids out there who join in as well, I have got enough trophies for them too, so they're welcome to come down as well. Good to go. So we have a mixture of some under 7s and some under 5s. So you can go too. Yeah, there we go. There's a couple more coming. Yeah, the future of our football club. So as we get to our last couple, can we give all our wonderful 50 kids a big round of applause?
Down the bottom is the rest of my committee, and they're cooking, as I said, some sausages, and they got some cold drinks and some ice blocks. They were given to us. They were given to us by Coles, and they were given to us by the Brisbane City Council. Our local councillor, Stephen Wang, is a huge fan of ours. When we told him about this day, he said to us, "How can I help?" They put on the food for us down the bottom. Thank you very much. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Julie had every job in the club, and she did it with passion and enthusiasm. We've still got that feeling today. So, They are Simon and Tracy from Spot Productions, Rob from Amplifier, David from Whiteland, a huge fan of ours, Rob from Quick Village, and a small cafe over the road here at Lumley Street. Small cafe there called Chenzo's. This is a huge fan of ours. Without the generous support of those 5 generous sponsors, we couldn't do what we try and do. To our sponsors, we say thank you. What we have intended to do, thank you to our parents. We couldn't do what we do without the support of Clairvaux and College. We have a brand new field that will be online by Christmas. We have change rooms and facilities, the best, I would think, in the competition. The principal, Brian, and the business manager, Keith, are huge fans of ours. We have a very good relationship with the school, and we certainly appreciate their support. Without it, we would not be able to function. Thank you to the school. And finally, before we get to the well done, we've got a hard-working committee. I'd like to think that we're very motivated, very focused. To my partners in crime that do a lot of jobs behind our background, I certainly appreciate your support, your enthusiasm, and the passion that you bring to the club. And I'll also put out there, we are always looking for new committee members and people that can contribute to our club as well. So I'll put the plug out there and say thank you to my committee. That's our thank you. We've got a number of trophies here, so the running of today, we'll have our teams come up, we'll have our coaches come up and give some words of encouragement. At the end of that, we've got some perpetual trophies, which 2 are the Millie Browse trophy and the Portal family trophy as well. We'll be announcing the winners of our perpetual trophies. At the end of today, down the bottom, the rest of my committee are cooking you a pretty yummy lunch. We've got sausage sizzle going on down there, some drinks, and certainly some refreshments there as well. I'd also like to now acknowledge Corinne McMillan. Corinne is a huge fan of our club as well. So if I'm going through the thank yous, we've had meetings with Corinne, I think, on 3 occasions. Corinne's our local member, local state member. On those 3 occasions, when we've met Corinne, her response to us has been, how can I help? Now, some of the very practical help that Corinne gives our club, that lunch that's been put on down there today is only possible through Corinne and Stephen One. The new field that I talked about before, Corinne's a bit like Santa Claus. For Christmas, our club is getting a brand new field. That's only possible with the $106,000. And certainly for Corinne, we say thank you for that, and we look forward to our club rising bigger and brighter. We think we're on to a good thing, and we certainly appreciate it. We're going to call our teams up, we're going to call our coaches up, and it's a chance for us to acknowledge some of the effort that's gone into our teams and some of the moments and fun that you've experienced this year. Our first team up this morning, I'll start with one of our club's favourite sons, Jonesy, and his under-10 blue team. Could you come up here, please?
So this team, most of them have been together for about 3 years now. We've got a couple of new players this year moving to the bigger field. We've actually got 3 of our under-10s here who should be playing under-9s, so they're playing up a year. For the guys who were here last year, I think I mentioned that this team had a real lot of potential. And I think I mentioned the word attitude. Last year, they showed up. 1 week they had attitude, the next they didn't have attitude so much. But this year was a great improvement. These boys played 18 games, they won 16. They scored 99 goals and they had 42 against. The 2 games they lost by a goal, 1 each. I know when I told the parents right at the end, we had 3 minutes to go, we needed 1 more goal to score 100 for the season. I think we hit the post 4 times in the last 3 minutes. That was quite good. To my parents, particularly Mandy, thanks for showing up every week with a good attitude. There's never any issues. Everyone's just there to support the team. Yeah, well done, boys. Tom? Noah, good chap. We've got 2 Noahs in the team. So Noah, good chap, we were calling him Woody, but then halfway through the season he wanted us to call him Shorty, so. Andre? Callum? Stephen L? 2 Stephens too. Cody? Noah Coles? Grace? Jesse? Dante? Stephen A? Okay, thanks boys.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, team. It's great to see 2 of our senior players come down, and they've really been a big injection this year into the under-11 yellow teams. I'd like to invite up Alec and Pete and your under-10 yellows. And I've just had a chat to Corinne, and Corinne's going to hand out our trophies to our teams this morning. Thank you for that.
Hello. This season was an absolutely fantastic season for the boys. Alec and I took over as a request for a reach out for coaches to the senior team. And Alec and I had a look at it and we thought, why not? Let's do it. They can't be that bad. They were. But as the season went on, we looked forward each week to coming and coaching the boys, teaching them new things, and overall they improved massively. So it was a huge pleasure at the end of the season to come away with, I think, about a 90% win rate as well, which was absolutely fantastic. So well done, boys. Sonny? Joshua? Joshie? Well done, mate. Yanni? Well done, Yanni. Rohan? Well done, mate. Good, Bob? Good. Yeah. Phoenix. Phoenix. Lincoln. Well done, Lincoln. Aiden. Great goalkeeping, yeah. Last but not least, James. Well done, mate.
Thanks very much, guys. What I will also do, I'll just give you a 13 up. I'd like to pass down Graham and his under 11 goals. And while Graham's come down, I'd also like to acknowledge the significant contribution that Graham and his brother Russell brought to our club. You've helped us lift our level of professionalism. We certainly appreciate your enthusiasm and passion and what you've brought to our club. So thank you very much, Graham.
Thanks, guys. This season, the under 11 boys, there were a few boys that came from within the club, obviously, and a few boys that come externally across, including my own son, Caden. So it was exciting to see them play in the highest division available to them in under 11 this season. Obviously, that came with its own challenges because there's some wonderful footballers throughout South East Queensland, but the boys worked extremely hard all year. Proved out of sight. Their efforts at the start of the year had us all scratching our heads going, oh, what have we got ourselves into? But the development of all the players to a team was something I couldn't have hoped for. From me, thank you to Mark Clairvaux for his efforts managing the side, keeping us all in order, which was fantastic, and obviously to Derek Woodford also for assisting me with the coaching. And while he was in the country, my own son Tyler, helping out with some of the coaching and keeping me sane as well. So thank you to all those people. One thing I do want to do is obviously thank the committee. Absolutely fantastic from them this season, and have welcomed my family to this club immensely. A few of the things my brother and I tried to do with the senior squad were just embraced every time, and we had to question ourselves whether we were asking too much of them sometimes, because the answer seemed to always be yes. So thank you to you all for being so welcoming. So Jacob. Blaze. Matthew. Jordan. Will. Sonny. Christian. Alfie. Leo. Caden. That's all. I just want to, before you give them a quick clap, I just want to say one other quick thing. Obviously, you've all had fantastic experiences at this club this year. Let's make sure we keep sharing with all our friends from school and family, and get as many people as we continue to grow this club down here. So look after the committee by helping to share the word, okay? Thank you to you all.
The next team up is Jason and Samia.
G'day everyone. Just a few quick thank yous and people to acknowledge throughout the season. So first of all, massive thank you to the players. So well done boys, thanks for showing up week in, week out. Your hard work, determination. We had 4 new faces to the side this season. So it's amazing not only seeing those 4 new faces progress throughout the season, but the team as well. So thank you very much. To my wife, Samia, thank you very much for keeping the team in order and all the correspondence. Massive thank you to the parents, not only for bringing your children to training every Wednesday, but for showing up on game day and yelling your hearts out on the sidelines. So most appreciated. And after 4 seasons, it's time for me to hang up the whistle. So I'd like to acknowledge the club, not only for backing me 4 years ago, but for supporting myself and the team throughout the 4 years, because we've maintained pretty much the same team except for the 4 new faces this season. So thank you very much. It's been really rewarding. It's been a great exercise, and I take a lot of those values away with me. So thank you. Okay, so first of all, in no particular order, we've got Nick Hill. Ewan. Next, we've got Daniel. Patrick. Next, we've got Alex. And our leading goal scorer for the season, Bailey. Next we have Jonathan. Or John. Next on the list is Zayden. Unfortunately, Zayden couldn't be with us today, so I'll make sure he gets that. Ethan, our captain. Michael. Zach. And last but not least, Tom. Under 11s.
Yeah, your photos are just down the end of the table there. Onto the under 12s, Tom and Chris's under 12s. This is the first year for the under 12s for the point system. This year,
it's the same as every year, every team that we pretty much have in the club that we aim to improve. Throughout the season, these guys definitely did, outlasted. I think out of the last 4 or 5 games, we took points off every top team except for one. They did really, really well. But more what I want to talk about is these guys as a team. You want to know what teams like in this club? Watch these guys after training. Not during training, because usually they're a bit average, but after training, they're hanging around for at least half an hour, 40 minutes, running around, throwing water at each other, playing, just basically having a really good time. They're like that at the games as well. You play quite well, but you still hang around after the game, having a good time, having a laugh, asking to stay over someone's house, playing, that sort of stuff. That's really what this club's about. So they're playing for points this year, and it's almost kind of serious, but they're still having a really, really good time. So I think they did a really good job. They're a great bunch of kids to play with, coach, parents are really supportive. So this is exactly what we're looking for in this club. And hopefully these guys will stay around for another few years to go. So congratulations, under 12s. Awesome year. So the first one we have is Jimmy. Kira? Natalie? Got our captain, Hudson? Josh? Andrew? Billy? Zach? Caitlin? Jack? And our super keeper, Zane. Number 12, guys.
Thanks, guys. Next team up, Keith and Andy's under 11 team. Make your way down.
These boys are a real pleasure to have. Each year they come along. I think this is most of the third or fourth year they've played together. They're a pleasure to have these guys as a team. There's been games that you go to and you come up against all walks of life when we go to these other clubs. And whatever they cop, whether not the perfect play towards them, not the perfect language towards them, and never lower themselves to stand. Always keep a good level of composure, composed like gentlemen. They always give their best. It is a real pleasure to have. These guys here are a combination of last year played about a Div 5, Div 6, and then this year we pieced them together expecting the same. And because we've got a second team in the club, which was playing Div 5 as well, basically Football Brisbane put us to Div 3. And we went back and said, we don't want Div 3. And they said, well, that's your only choice. So in going forward Div 3, we prepared them for the season, and they more than showed they were capable and deserving to be there. So they only missed the semi-finals by one spot. And the thing is, that being a team that we've pieced together this year, they can only grow further and further each year after this and become a bigger and better team. They're lucky that they get to train with the older team that have got the under-15s as well, so they're exposed to the toughness of the bigger kids out there, so nothing really phases them. I'll take the opportunity now to thank my parents for both teams, really. I've had my under 15s for 10 years, and these guys are every 4 years, and I've always had the support of my parents. No one's ever questioned me. Anything that I need, they're always there to help. I just want to run a line, oranges, whatever it is, they're always there, making sure that I've got someone to fall back on if I need the help. Actually, I'll mention it now as well while I'm going. The committee's been fantastic for me. Anything that I've needed, it's there. It's no hassle. Everything's always provided. There is one person I want to mention in relation to both my teams. That's Tom Bishop. Tom Bishop, he runs his own 2 teams, but he's also there every step of the way with my 2 teams. Basically, I've got an extra coach. He's not under me, he's beside me every step of the way. So, Tom, I really thank every effort you did for me. He was running a squad of my 2 teams, plus his under 12 teams on a Monday night, together with the other trainings that I would run with these guys on Wednesday night. So for these guys to be able to know from 2 different coaches really adds to it. So I'll leave it with that. But good effort this guys boys are going forward. You can only get better and gel better as a team. And I'm really looking at next season. Joseph. Charles. Mitchell. William. Oscar. Noah. Stephen. Jaden. And Daniel. Thanks, Oscar.
Thanks, Steve. Well, we're on the 13 team now. Dip 5 team, Mark and Tara.
It's my first year back at coaching for quite a few years. I was a junior here, and then went away for a while, came back to Clairvaux. It's really good to see that some of the same faces are still around. Millie was the junior director, head of the club when I was here as well. And, she'd always known me no matter where I was in Brisbane, so really good to see her again. These boys here, they've had a good year. They basically a bunch of guys from a whole lot of different teams, and some guys haven't played before. And a lot of them went to primary school together, and then to stay in contact, they decided to play soccer together. So we're a real social team. We've had an up and down year. A lot of really good results and a lot of really close results. We're one of the only 2 teams to beat the top team that ended up winning the whole competition. And that was a really good game to watch. I'd like to thank a lot of the parents who helped out. Cara, my manager, and Matt for helping out quite a bit, and Darren for running the line a fair bit, and the other parents as well for helping out from time to time in different situations. Go on. Joe. Dylan. Ken. Lucas Miller. Marco. Yuvraj. Jesse. Jared. Sebastian. Odin. Aiden. Benjamin. Thomas. Lucas. Thanks, Rohan.
Thanks, and we'll welcome, give him a big clap. And we'll welcome up Heath's Big 5 team. So Heath and Tracy's under 15 Big 5 team.
So as I said before, this team's been with me a long time. There's been chops and changes, but more than half the team now has been with me probably since about the 10s. There's at least 2 players, 6 under 6 have been with me. They're a great team, they've got great skills. I've got a lot of time for these guys, they become part of your, basically like your own boys. I'm excited that the club's going forward and like the fact that the oval at the top is getting done. Like the club is growing because, like for years we've played here, and it's been great progression for these guys as they're going forward. To walk on the field next year and have a brand new field will just be amazing for them. And they're basically young men. The skills they've got the ability to go into the higher grades. And we often will go down now and watch. Manfred Brothers have got the Capital 1, Capital 2 and Capital 2 reserve team, the top teams here, and they're very good skill and ability. And a lot of these guys are now starting to show up and watch that, and it just sets the target of where they, where they are and where they could go. So our focus in the next year is basically to try and work with Tom still. These guys had exposure. We were able to bring in a Brisbane Raw fullback to give them a training session this year, and he was prepared to give up his time to come in and help them out. So if we can expose them to that kind of skill level and develop their skills over the next 12 months and 2 years, then they're a chance of making these top teams. It really gives them a goal to set ahead, and actually the development in their club then will be going forward, and it'll just be stronger and stronger. Their season that they had, they're a very good team. You walk off the field and the referee walks up to you, and they might have lost the game, and they'll say, "You guys have got a brilliant team. Like it's a really good team. There's just a couple of small components missing on that day that doesn't happen." And then when you go out there and you've got the coaches and managers of the opposition, and they'll come out and they'll see us and they'll go, "Oh, geez, I'm glad we're playing you this week," or "We're glad we're playing you in a semi-final," because they know that they don't give them any garbage. They are gentlemen. They play hard, they play solid, but they play clean. And I'm proud to be amongst them. So going forward, they can only get stronger and stronger. They're good mates is another thing. I think that's a big thing to add to them as well. Thanks to my manager Tracy, also Andy who's not here today. Without the managers, the coach can't do it alone. There's too much that goes on, especially at this higher grades. I'm really glad to keep it together and keep moving forward. John? Bryson? Noah? Anthony? Sam? John? Lachlan? Nicholas? William? Garrett? Ollie?
Thanks very much, guys. I'd like to call up Tony and Lester's under 16 team. While they're coming down, I'll ask them to come down now. Just like to acknowledge the talent and depth in our coaching staff of our teams. Not only good coaches, but good, positive, strong role models for young people, and that comes through loud and clear. So certainly the depth of our coaching. On a personal front, I'm not sure whether I'm in that league as good coaches, and I'll tell you why. Last season, or the season before, I had to fill in as a caretaker coach for an under 15 team. I managed to teach that team everything I knew about the game, and it only took me 20 minutes.
Hi, Ed, thank you. This is our first year, or my first year with the club. We looked after the under 16. I'd like to say thank you to the club, because we got to train with the over 35s on a particular night, and we got to challenge them on a regular occasion. We used to have games against them. Started out as fun and as a training routine, but it quickly became a competition. The poor buggers, they couldn't keep up with us. But it was great. Thank you very much to the over 35s for doing that. It made a huge difference to the boys to be able to adapt what they were learning in training drills into a competition. We've grown a lot this season. We've had some great talent. We've had some first timers that have come a long way. We ended up in the grand final. We lost to the team that was just ahead of us. To give you some statistics, and Harry's here. Harry, put your hand up, let everyone know who you are. Harry scored 22 goals out of our 38 for the season. We had 4 of the top 10 goal scorers for our division, and we had the top 2. Harry at 22, Angus at 9, and the next person was at 8 goals and below. So that's an outstanding performance. So once again, thank you to everyone, thank you to the boys, thank you for showing up, thank you to the parents, thank you to Lester, thank you to Kathy, who was our manager. Fantastic job and keeping the communication going. Thank you for attending, and thank you for supporting your child. It makes a big difference. It makes a huge difference. For most of the season, we were the leaders, everyone was chasing us. Towards the end of the season, when it gets pointy, the competition changes, it gets aggressive, it becomes a mental game. It showed in our division, and our boys were able to recover, regain themselves, and ended up in the grand final. We lost that 4-2, but they really came back and fought hard. So thank you once again to the club for everything you've done for us. All right. Sam. Harry. Jackson Baker. Hunter. Dylan. Geordie. And Liam. Just one last final note, please. I've been playing soccer for a long, long time, and I know that at this age, a lot of the boys disappear. They've got other interests. Keep engaged, keep coming back, keep playing. It's a beautiful game to play. Keep improving your skills. It's not about winning, guys. It's about participating and doing your best every week. And that means that mums and dads, we've got to drive them, we've got to attend, and we've got to support them. Congratulations, well done, everyone.
Great work, Tony. Final 15, under 18 before Tom and Adrian's under 18s.
In the Capital Reserves team, which is basically the second highest team in the club. So this is their last year of the junior, and next year they're into the seniors. Or they can probably play under 18s or more years, some of them. They are a really young group of guys. They did very well this year. Did get into the semi-finals, finished second all year. So yeah, had a really good year. Really good group of guys to coach. Had a lot of fun. Yeah, and that's pretty much about it. Really good group of guys. Hopefully you can stay around for the seniors. Like to see all of you back. And that's about it. All right, let's get through it. First one we have here is Ollie Fernack. I don't know if he's here. We've got 3 Olivers, so there we go. We've got Peter. Lockie. Gabe. Ollie Bishop. Will. Stan Kearns. Got Joe. Harry? Got Elliot. We got... That's it. Thanks very much, guys. Great year. Well done, guys.
Thanks very much. Perpetual trophies, of which we've got 4. We'll go through them one at a time. I mentioned our patroness, Millie Browers, before. The Millie Browers trophy is the first one that we will present this morning. The Millie Browers trophy is for our young ladies, or lady. And it's around their participation and what they bring to the club and the enthusiasm that they show through their soccer. This is the Millie Browers Trophy. There's been some very prestigious winners in the past. I'll ask Millie Browers to come over. to present the trophy this year. What I will say is the winner of the 2019 Millie Browers Trophy is a trio of Kira, Caitlin and Natalie. Can you come down, please? So there's the perpetual trophy. All of the young ladies will be getting a medallion as well. And I'll ask Robbie to say a few words about our trio.
Yeah, so the reason I get to say a few words is my little under 6s now, under 7s won this last year. I think you'll remember they squealed and it was a pretty good moment. And the thing about that is that these girls represent, you know, girls who have been in our system for a lot longer and have made it through this age group and have gone to training, play with the boys every week, school goals. I've watched them play, it's a fantastic group. But I guess what we're trying to do as a club and what this represents is the fact that we want to have a girls program that runs straight from under 6s all the way through to you guys, instead of having a gap, which we probably have. So the good news is next year we'll have under 8s girls and under 7 girls only teams. With these girls, you know, holding the flag, we're doing it a little bit harder over the last years, and I think very, very deserving of this very, very large trophy. So round of applause for all of them.
Amelia will hand those medallions out. You three will have to work out where the trophy goes, whether you have 3 months each or whether you paper, scissors, rock to see who gets it for the lot. I'll leave that up to you. Thank you very much, young ladies. Our most improved player. Not necessarily our best, but someone who's made the most of the opportunities that they've been given. Someone who's trained hard. Someone who's given everything they've got. 2019 Clairvaux Football Club Most Improved Player. Couldn't split them. 2-way tie. Jordan Papawali and Yanni Galakistos.
I don't think Yanni is here today.
No, he's not here.
Okay. So normally this trophy goes to the points teams. We have made a bit of an exception this year. So Jordan came to the club last year, and he played for Hayden's team. And this year he actually played for one of the Komodos teams. And we pretty much noticed the huge improvement Jordan's made through the team. He's played a great season. He's actually played for the under 12s as well this year. And Jordan, you've had a fantastic year, mate. Hopefully you keep going and stay at the club because we want people like you. Well done, Jordan. The other one is Yanni, who's not here now. I had a quick chat about it. So Yanni, I believe this is his first year. 100 miles an hour, doesn't stop, works really hard, and yeah, we've noticed a huge improvement in Yanni. He's actually a really deserving winner as well. So unfortunately not here today, but that's the way it goes. So well done, Yanni.
I'll ask Aaron to come up now. The Royal Family Trophy. I'll get you to come over here beside Corinne. So this is our best and fairest junior. Once again, not necessarily our best, but our best and fairest. Royal Family Trophy, best and fairest, Clairvaux Soccer Club, 2019. One of our under 16s, George Lilac.
Can you come down and say a couple of words, please? Unfortunately, George's not here today either. I just asked Tony to come down and chat.
the final trophies.
Like I mentioned before earlier, that we had an outstanding team. We have players that have played before and players that have never played before, as in Johnny. And Tom, you're correct. Tom saw it a lot because we trained on the same night. Johnny is a ball of energy. This young man played soccer when he was in under 4. That was the last time he'd ever played soccer. And he came in, he joined a group of boys that had talent, that had ability, and he had to keep up. Not only did he keep up, but he also exceeded some of it. Now, at the end of our season at the grand final, we handed out some team awards, and I asked the team to nominate the most improved player of the year. There was only one person who didn't vote for Yanni, and that was Yanni. All right, he's an outstanding young man. George Lalick, outstanding young man, right attitude. Never questioned your instruction, always gave you 110%, always gave you the commitment. He bled for the team, he worked for the team, and he did what was right all the time. Outstanding young man as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Joey. One of the things we try to do here is we try and keep young people playing the game, and we try and make sure there's a pathway through to our senior teams. We've got some very talented senior teams. We'd like young people to grow up and play in them. We've got a special award for that. It's called our Youth Player of the Year. So someone in that, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20-year age group, to encourage them to stay with the club and go through and to fulfil their potential. Our Youth Player of the Year, 2019, Ollie Bishop.
Encourage someone to come back next year and play in our first team. So people like Tyler Mappery, who's now playing football over in the US in college, and a couple of members of our first team and reserve team have won it over the past years. We're under no illusions. When you're an 18-year-old, coming to training, playing on Saturday nights, playing football all the time might not be the most favourite thing in the world. And this is part of our club showing that we have a keen interest in taking our 18s and turning them into future first-year players. So big congratulations to all.
Thanks very much. I'd like to thank certainly once again Millie and Aaron for today and what you've done over many years for the club. Certainly like to thank and acknowledge the significant contribution of Corinne and her support of our club, as well as presenting our trophies today. We'd like to thank you're one of our champions and one of our good friends, and we thank you for that. Thank you very much for your attendance today, and I hope you enjoy your lunch.